We are live.
Hello, we are back.
All right. Tonight, it's ladies' night, and we're going to talk about self love.
And I'm gonna pretend this is wine. I got work tomorrow, so I cannot drink, which I want to drink because my staff is crazy. But we're gonna pretend tonight.
I have some Cabernet Sauvignon.
Mm.
Class up this bitch.
Self love will be for me tomorrow when I don't have to get up in the morning, and I'm going to have a nice drink, have a nice bubble bath in my garden tub, and relax with some wine.
How lovely.
Yeah. So that's one of the things how I self love candles, all of that. Love on myself, give myself a timeout. You know what? Sometimes giving yourself a timeout is not that bad.
No,
It's not always a bad thing. Put yourself on timeout from everybody.
yeah, I'm really about that right now. I want to put myself on a long time out. You are grounded. Just stay there. Don't go anywhere.
Don't move.
Don't move. Stay right there.
Right, right.
And I'm just, yeah. I am definitely in need of some major self love. And it can also be like, it's not just the typical, like, Calgon take me away kind of a thing. It's
No,
also like getting mental health help, getting physical health help, um, paying extra on your credit card bills instead of letting them get to the point where they're dangerous.
right.
Taking it's a lot more than going to the gym or lighting a scented candle. It's making sure that the stuff that makes your life right
You are
remains
okay.
straight.
You are okay in every facet of your life.
Right, right. That you've seen in the last 12 months. Did you go get your eyes checked? Did you get your cooch checked?
Not the cooch. I
When
did that. Let me tell you something.
you buy the cooch, you die by the cooch.
Right. But let me tell you something. When when the world was on pause, nobody was getting checked out, nothing like that. Was no doctor's visit, was none of that. The world was on pause, right? So when I first moved to Georgia, I made it my business to go to the doctor because I had developed anxiety. I made it my business to go to the doctor. I made it my business to get the cooch checked. I made it my business to do all of that because I had my mammogram because you got to get the boobs checked too, y'all. So I made it my business to do all of that because of the simple fact is that, you never know what developed or, was developing while the world was on pause and you're not getting checked out. And then people scared to go to the doctor because of COVID and all this other stuff, So it is definitely, not just Calgon take me away. It is making sure every facet of your life is taken care of. And let me tell you one of the things that I do that excuse me, that I do now for self-love. Because I have anxiety, I do not want to take medication. To each his own. It was my anxiety got to the point where it was like you got to get on medication, and I hate it because the last medication that they gave me gives you anxiety. How you gonna have anxiety on top of anxiety? That's stupid. So it's like, like literally the medicine says may cause anxiety. I already got anxiety. I don't need no more anxiety. I don't need more. So what I do now is my phone, I have the Fitbit app. I got a Fitbit for Christmas. My phone is programmed at 9:30ish. It's a wind down. My phone reminds me to, okay, now it's time for you to wind down. It's time for you to relax. And then my phone goes on do not disturb when I tell him I should be sleeping and in the bed. And when I tell you, sometimes shutting the world out is so important for your mental health, for your anxiety, for your just whatever. Like sometimes just not allowing people to call you at old dark 30 because of some nonsense they're going through. And I'm a mother of three grown-ups and I still put my phone on do not disturb because whatever is happening, I can find out in the morning. Because guess what? My anxiety will not allow me to go back to sleep, which will mess with my rest time. Like, I just can't do that whole thing. If my sleep is interrupted, I'm not going back to sleep. Lack of sleep is part of anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, no. So I shut out the world every day at a certain time because I have to take care of me. I have to take care of me, especially if I'm making the point that I don't want medication. I have this anxiety, it's, which was scary. It's in black and white now. So it's like, I was just like, when she wrote that on the paper, it was like, whoa. Like, I think it hit me like anxiety disorder was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's in black and white now.
It's like you can, because this is my day job is like this, doing stuff like that. And it makes all the difference in the world when you've got it in black and white. Like I knew for a long time, like full disclosure, I'm postmenopausal, but I knew for a while that my thyroid wasn't straight. Like I knew I could feel it. And for like 2 years I went to the doctor and they poked around there and they're like, nah, we don't feel it.
You're
but
fine.
and then I go back and there it is. It's like a fucking walnut lodged in my throat. And oh, there it is. We see it now. Blood tests. Urine scans, this, that, the other thing. And it's like, oh, you have hypothyroid.
I've been telling y'all that.
Medical school for that. I hope somebody sees that.
Right.
And I knew it. And a lot of people too. There's all this talk about like long-term COVID. That's a thing. And I'm wondering if maybe I was like always borderline with the things that were wrong with me, like arthritis and thyroid. And after I got COVID, that these symptoms that I was like looking at way in the distance, all of a sudden are like right here. And I addressed it.
That's another thing. Let me tell you something. Another form of self-love, I feel like, is paying attention to your body. So what you said was so important because let me tell you something. I kid you not. I was 36. I don't know if I ever talked on the podcast about having a blood clot on my lungs. 36. 36. I had my gallbladder taken out. And I'm laying in the bed and I'm like, I don't feel right. This is after they sent me home from the surgery, everything like that. And I was like, I don't feel right. And I was like, nah, like I gotta call. I thought it was something with the surgery. This is 3 days home. I don't feel right. I don't feel right. So I called the doctor's office who did my surgery. And his secretary was like, Miss Headley, you don't sound right. But you don't hear yourself breathe. So I was like, really? She was like, no, you don't sound right. I'm going to tell the doctor to call you back. So I was like, all right. So the doctor called me back and he was like, Miss Headley, you don't sound right. meet me at the hospital now. Like, get in the cab, come to the hospital now. Get there, hour later, you have a blood clot on your lungs. You don't know how many times till today people say, had you not went to the hospital, you would have been dead.
No, you definitely
So many people say that. And just listening to myself, listening to my body, listening to, girl, something ain't right, saved my life. And sometimes you have to listen to your body, your everything to save your life sometimes. Like, you just have to.
yeah, you have to. I know, like, it's like this is a podcast about your relationships. But remember, there is one relationship that you have that supersedes all the others.
Yep.
If you're not in a good space in your head, in your heart, in your body, you're not a good partner. You're not a good sister. You're not a good wife. You're not a good mother. You're not a good daughter,
Friend.
friend. And when you're not, like, you need to keep you straight.
Agreed.
And my mom used to give really good advice. She used to give the most excellent advice. And it was funny because when she was battling cancer that ended up taking her life, she realized that she had a blood clot. And
Mm-hmm.
she literally had like a little piece of her brain removed. And she realized that something wasn't going on. And she had it like in her, I think it might have been like a DVT, but I'm not
Yes.
sure. I would have to. And she was kind of like, something's not right. And then they had to give her Lovenox and all this stuff before she started
Mm-hmm.
medication. And, she would always be like, you can never love anybody more than you love yourself.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact. Like, let me tell you something. Self love is even when you go to work, not tolerating your job to stress you out so bad that you come home and you drinking every day because your job is just that stressful.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when I first got on my job, the director was intimidated by this New York girl coming to Georgia and, being something, right? I'm the assistant director, and she, how you call it, she was just hell on wheels. And, the owner of the establishment was like, I'm going to take you both out. And I said, let me tell y'all something right now. I don't have problems at home where I'm arguing and feeling crazy. I'm not going to have problems at work too. I'm not going to have problems at work. If I don't have problems at home, I'm damn sure not going to come to work and be stressed out. Y'all got to be kidding me. And I put that on the table from the door. I told the owner, if this is how things is ran, I'll go sit back home because I'm not going to be coming to work in a hostile environment and all this other stuff. And when from the door, you ain't accepting shit because you got more on you, you got more going for yourself than people may realize. I think that's another self-love.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to take the mental health day. If you wake up in the morning and you know that you're just going to be shit at your job.
Right. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Because let me tell you something. There is not enough
They don't
pay in the world.
have money.
It ain't enough pay in the world. No way.
Yeah.
It ain't enough pay in the world. Because you know
No.
what? Let me tell you what, it was sad, but let me tell you, I had this guy that I worked with. and I was in school safety. And we used to share. It's so crazy how we used to share a a drawer, like in common, not the desk, but the drawer, like for me to put my stuff in or whatever. And we used to always laugh or whatever like that. And one day I came in and he was dead, dropped dead. And I mean, people was laid out on the floor, crying and everything like that. And it was like, okay. But a month later, that man wasn't talked about. Because you know what? Your job will move the fuck on. Like, they're going to mourn you, but they moving on. They moving on. Like, you
Yeah,
are
but
not
no, the whole office is going to go to the wake, and the company, they're going to send a whole fuck ton of flowers,
a whole bunch.
a whole bunch. And then you know what? They're going to, while they're on the computer ordering the flowers, they're also posting on Indeed.
You better tell it. You better tell it.
Yeah, they're also posting on Indeed. Guy died. Do you need his job? Period.
Facts. So that's why I'm just like, like I don't let my job stress me out. Like I just don't. You know, um, where I work, the owner, she really we've developed a great working relationship. I mean, an amazing working relationship, right? If it wasn't for the work, we'd probably be friends. Like that's how, we keep it professional, but we don't say we're friends, but like we really work, like
Bonding.
develop this relationship, right?
Yeah.
And one of my staff members, she felt the way because I told her to do her damn job. And the audacity, right, for you to tell me to do my job. And it's like, I'm not a hard boss. I'm not a hard boss. Because let me tell you something, and this is how I used to raise my kids. You do your job, you do what you're supposed to do, you won't hear me. You won't hear from me at all. You won't. So when I gotta talk, I'm gonna talk. When you're pushing me to talk, oh, I'm gonna talk. So now I'm pushing you to do your job. You feel some kind of way. Now you keep calling out. So now it's my life's breath for the next 72 to 48 hours, 48 to 72 hours to make sure I replace you. You calling out on a Monday and a Friday? Oh, you don't want a job. You obviously don't want a job. You call out every other payday. You don't want a job. So now I'm going to spend my life's breath finding a replacement for your ass. Because guess what? I don't come to work to be stressed out. I'm that boss. I'm that boss. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna argue because one, we are all adults. We are all adults. I should not have to come to work and treat you like my 8-year-old. We are all adults. So because we're all adults, you act like you don't want a job, I'm going to do you the favor and allow you not to have one. Like,
I'm going to make your wish come true.
right, right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spin my wheels. I'm not going to come to work aggravated. I'm not going to come to work. No, we're not doing that. You're showing me you don't want to work, and I'm going to show you a person who do want to work in your position. Period.
Yeah. I mean, it's a preschool. It's not neurosurgery.
And come to work every day. And not only that, when you get out early, too, and you still got call out issues, you get out at 2. You still got call out issues. You don't want no job. You don't want a job.
What time does she start?
6.
Oh, okay. 6 to 2 is, yeah.
You still got your whole day to do grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, kids' appointments, all this other stuff, and you still calling out, you don't want a job, so I'm going to do you a favor. Gonna make sure you don't have one because you're not going to stress me out. Mm-mm. We don't do stress out at work. Right. Bye. You know how many people wish they had a job? How many people want to be able to work? I had a girl today, we was like, she switched jobs and from one preschool to ours. And we was like, well, take the day off and, cause start fresh on Monday. She was like, no, 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 no. Can't afford to take days off. I'm good. I'll be in tomorrow on my start date. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to maneuver in a way to where people are not stressing you out. It's like you have a solution for their stress. Oh, this is what this is. I got you. This is what's going to happen. Or, just like I said, me shutting the world out at 9:30, 10 o'clock is because, I need that time to be able to wind down from my day, get my head together, because you deal with all sorts of stuff. I feel like you deal with all sorts of stuff within yourself, period. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, have to deal with everybody else's shit. If you just shut out the world for a little while or for a night, every night or whatever, so you can get yourself back together and be your best self, I think it's beneficial.
Yeah. No, it has to be. What you do, like the iPhone thing where you can decompress like 15 minutes before whatever, I do the same thing. Only mine starts at 8:45.
Yeah.
It's my partner gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning. At 6 o'clock in the morning, I have to take my pill in order to be able to eat something before I start working. And I am that person. When I get to my desk in the morning, even though I'm still working from home, I am dressed. I had coffee. I have breakfast. Like I didn't used to when I was young. I had great jobs, and I didn't understand the value of having those great jobs for a long, 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 long time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that like I would have a 401k that was worth like $500,000 and things like that.
Right.
It didn't occur to me. I got married very young. He had a union job. I thought for the longest, like he's gonna be like pensioned up to his ass. So what am I worried about? Don't do that.
Right.
When you die, they're going to put one body in the coffin. And guess what, bitch? It's yours.
Exactly.
It's not a husband. It's not a kid. It's not a friend. It's
Nope.
not a parent. It is your own damn body. You float the ship you sail in.
Yep. I
And
agree.
I worked for years at like super prestigious schools. I didn't think about the benefits because I didn't think that I needed them. Because I thought even if I got divorced, I was going to be entitled to half. No, no,
You didn't get half?
I'm a dick.
What?
Oh,
Oh my damn.
oh no, 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 no. I traded everything for joint custody of my child.
Mm.
Who doesn't talk?
Choices.
Yeah,
Choices.
it's cool.
Choices.
Huh?
I said choices you made.
Yeah, and I, not for nothing, I do it over again.
No, I'm sure. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes your choices come from self-love.
Yeah. I didn't bring a pension into the world, but you know,
Right. Right.
I
Right.
didn't bring a pension in the world. I didn't bring a husband in the world. I didn't bring, you know,
Right.
And you do what you have to do. And that's the whole thing. You need to find somebody that gets what you do, who gets where you're at.
In life, period.
Yeah. Like, all right, you, for instance, we both have other friends,
Right.
not besties. But I have to say, from the moment we
We're close
met,
enough, though.
huh?
I said we're close enough, though.
We are close enough. Like, we're like, but you got me, I got you.
Right.
It was like, ooh, this is a top 10 contender to be my soulmate. Right here, right now. And it's like, that's the other thing about self love. Your soulmate might not be the healthiest partner for you.
Mm.
It would be on and popping.
Mm.
But I'm just saying, it your soulmate might not be that person. They might get you too much. They might speak to your pain too often.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and there's not just one soulmate in life.
I think your friends. I think your friend. I don't think sometimes soulmates is only the opposite sex, the person that thing. I think like you can have friends that just get you and
Yeah,
just everything and can be like a soulmate too. I believe that.
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna give you an instance. It's so funny because I put on Facebook that me and Kevin was by the fireplace, and everybody was like, "Isn't it hot? Isn't it?" And he was like, "It don't matter. You was naked. Like, you just get me."
I know. I know. It was August in Georgia. But that was like your laying on the rug, romantic. Yeah.
And everybody's worried about the temperature.
You crank the central air to Antarctic, the
Right,
all the way blue setting,
right.
and you pretend that you are like in a chalet in Telluride.
And you just got it. Like you got it. You got it. Like, you know, you don't have many friends that just get you. You don't. You don't have friends that just get you. And that is, I think, also a friend soulmate.
Yes.
When somebody just gets you.
When the first time you and I talked about something that wasn't business,
Hmm.
finding out how young we were when we had our first child,
Hmm.
um, the bad dads, the bad boyfriends.
Right.
And it was just like, we're so the same. We're so the same.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
nugget,
Uh, bad dads, bad boyfriends. Our children are twins.
yes.
they are like they are like spirited twins.
Yeah.
Like,
And you wouldn't give up a pension.
right. Right. Right.
Yeah. No questions asked. You love
No.
hard, you friend hard. But like your other friends have become my friends because like
Oh yeah.
you have loyal.
I have amazing friends.
Yes.
You guys rock.
Yeah. Like
You guys rock.
you have a tribe.
I do have a tribe.
Yeah. You
Like when I was feeling lonely and not lonely, but like I have a husband, I have this beautiful big house, I have all of these things, but it's like my friends are not around. So my birthday, I was just like, so I just was like, I just need that. I need my friends around. And although y'all always on Zoom, seeing all of y'all faces in one setting and we all had drinks, brought tears to my eyes. And that was the best self-love thing I can ask. Like, girls, I need y'all. I need to see y'all faces. I need this. Linda was on it for me. You know what I'm saying? And y'all delivered. And it was just so amazing. Like, I was on a high for weeks. Like, I came from work. Them fake bitches was trying to, oh, yeah, oh, I forgot it was your birthday, bitches. I don't need y'all. My friends, my bitches was on Zoom, and we drank and we had an amazing night.
We did.
And that's what
We
I
used
needed.
one link for the first. I think we used 3 different links. We were on like till way.
Way past where we thought we was gonna be on. And that's like, and then I tell people, I don't need no. Self-love is knowing what you need and what you don't need. And I don't need y'all at work trying to act like we cool. Oh, I forgot it was your birthday. Happy birthday. No. Cause my friends, my girls, my hearts, they let me know I don't need nobody over here in Georgia with their bullshit. Like, they let me know if I make a friend in Georgia, great. But if I don't make a friend in Georgia, I could always fly home and be where I'm loved.
Oh yeah, and if you could take that big beautiful house in Georgia and plop it down in East Meadow,
Oh, I would be fine.
you would never be alone for 5 hot minutes.
Nope. Nope.
Saying,
Right. Right. Like, so it's just, just knowing what you want and just, those things. It's just like, when you practice that, you know what I'm saying? Like, hmm, let me tell you. So I had a conversation with your son's twin, right? And I was telling him, because he's on this path, he on baby number 3, but he's on this path to trying to change. And I was giving him all of these tips, and I was like, dang, like that self-love tips is, my self-love tips is on point. So I was telling him, like, he was like, I just want to be better, and I said, listen, he was like, sometimes I don't know why I'm angry. I don't know why. And I said, listen, you wake up every morning with a positive attitude. Let's start with that. I said, 2, you give yourself self affirmations about how wonderful you are, about how you're deserving of love, how you're deserving of good things and things like that. And I said, and once you keep telling yourself these things, you will start to believe and feel it. And you will start, the more you get that, the more you go there, because you want those positive feelings, the wonderful feelings you're getting from loving on yourself. I told him, I was like, you know what, you know, some people, want to keep him in the past, but you know what? I told him, I said, let me tell you something. None of them have a heaven or hell to put you in. So you keep striving to be the best person you can be, and you just keep striving to be that for your children, because everybody else at the end of the day don't even matter.
yeah, yeah. It's
And I told him to it's so funny, the serenity prayer
this is
saved my
really
life.
it.
It's serious.
As I'm drinking wine, yeah.
Yes, I wish I had some more, because I would drink to the serenity prayer. Let's drink to that, because let me tell you
Do
something.
that every night with my kids when I was tucking them in because it's sound advice.
It's so sad.
Yeah,
It's so sound.
accept the things I cannot change and change the things I can.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
I'm still working on
It's
it. I was in because
okay though.
X was a very active alcoholic. I was in Al-Anon for like years, looking
Hmm.
for give me some kind of an answer. And the answer eventually came to me like, you know what? You just keep doing the things that are required of you. You go to work, you cook your food, you clean the house, you wipe your ass, and keep your chin up, keep your tits out, and keep it pushing.
That's it.
That's like a huge self-love. You know, toilet looks like it needs scrubbing. You don't feel like you're understood by man or beast. Scrub the fucking toilet. Because what else are you gonna do? Because then now you feel like shit and you got a dirty toilet.
Right. Right.
Or you feel
Right.
like shit and there's nothing to eat. You're eating frozen pigs in a blanket in the air fryer. That's not dinner. Make yourself some food. Go on. You know what? And I used to not do that. It was a long time I didn't do that. Like I would, if I was sad, I would like cry all day in the room. Nobody gets that from me anymore. You don't make me not take care of myself because you made me feel bad about me.
Right.
Like I love me better. I love me best. I love me enough to buy me jewelry and a Louis Vuitton bag. Because I am the love of my fucking life.
Right. And it's important. It's important. Oh my God, it's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important because let me tell you something. You know, everybody's looking for, and let me tell you something. I I stopped. You get to this age where it's like, if I was married, I would, I would feel better. I would, no, like this is where I'm supposed to be, and this. I made a deal with God, and I was like, God, listen, this covenant thing is between me and you. I ain't gotta boast it to the world. I ain't gotta do none of that. Me and you talking. Listen, if you have it in your will that I'm gonna be married, that's fine. But I'm not gonna be out here just trying to, put myself with a man to feel this magical thing that women sometimes are raised to believe that's gonna happen once you get married. And it's like I didn't do that. I didn't put myself through that. Oh my God, I'm 35 without a man. Oh my God, I'm 40 without a man. I on my 40th birthday, I did not know my husband.
But
I
you
did not know my husband on my 40th birthday.
knew me.
Huh?
You knew me.
I sure did. Like so it's
You
like and we partied like a
knew
rock
what?
star.
There was hardly a man at your 40th birthday.
Exactly.
There,
And
there was a no dick energy.
and you know what? And you see, I rode in on my 40th birthday. I had a party. I took myself away with my other girlfriend, and I welcomed myself into the 40s, loving on myself.
Yeah.
And I was fine with that. People are sitting home right now. Oh my God, I'm 40. I ain't got no man. Oh my God, I'm this age and I ain't got no man. Oh my God, I'm this age and I haven't made six figures. All of that pressure is too much for one psyche.
No, and
I
when I turned 50, you know me yet. But I had a party that started at noon and ended at 3 a.m. And there was not a straight male that wasn't related to me at that party.
That's hilarious.
It was hilarious. And the thing was, I lived right near the boardwalk in the Rockaways. So that night, they were having this like, it was a Saturday night in on Beach 97 or 96. boardwalk, and they had band after band after band.
Mm-hmm.
And we were out in my front yard drinking these things that were called Bazooka Joes. They were just bubblegum vodka.
Mm.
So they were.
It
We
sounds
were
amazing.
early in the day. We were on the beach. We were drinking beers and drinking them as shots. And then because I made like 3 gallons, I always overcook. So
Right.
I made like 3 gallons, and we were just drinking them like 16-ounce solo cups. It was bubblegum vodka, lemon juice, and simple syrup.
That sounds great.
Yes, there will be a signature cocktail for the 60th birthday. I haven't developed it yet. It'll
I
probably
will be there.
glamping, baby, glamping. It's it's near your kids. It's not too far from your kids,
Mm, that's
so
good.
that's good. They
I'll
can
do a I'll do a time hop.
you can do time hop. Yeah.
Like I really think that seriously, I really think that when you have self-love in whatever capacity you have self-love, like it is like it should be. It should be. Because it's like when you love on yourself, when you love on yourself, let me tell you something. Funny story. I had broke up with my son's father, 10-year relationship. And I started spending time with myself a lot. Because I'm the girl, I can't take myself out. I can go anywhere else, but I can't go to the movies or to dinner by myself. I feel
My
like that's a companion type thing. And not even a companion man. I think that's a friend, like kid type.
my mother made me do that when I had a bad breakup when I was 18. She was kind of like, get dressed up and go. So I love nothing more. I've gone to the opera, I've gone to the theater. I love going to the movies by myself. I love,
Really?
oh yeah, go to a like a fancy restaurant, get a steak at the bar.
Mm. Like, but you know what I did? I didn't do that, but you know what I did? I did spend a lot of time with myself.
Yeah.
And I was 27, 6, 3 kids, single mother for the first time in a long time. And I found out I love jazz. You find out so much about yourself when you decide to spend time with yourself.
And music floats you.
Yes.
Music floats you. That's, I like every kind of music to a degree. Jazz is my least favorite, but like I love some Latin music.
Mm, smooth jazz. Oh my God. It will put me to sleep for hours. Smooth jazz. Like when I found out I was coming home, the kids was with their dad, and I would turn on jazz, like just to clear that mind. And when I tell you, I was like, wow, I love jazz. Like, I like jazz. You find out so much about yourself. And you even find out, like, I'm really awesome. You'll be by yourself saying enough jokes in your head. You'll be like, I'm a funny motherfucker. Like you,
No, you know me well enough that there's always a joke in my head. There's
right?
always
Like,
a joke in my head. And I'm like I want to do that right now. Like tomorrow, I'm getting my hair done. And I
mhm.
think I might just take myself to dinner. I might go over to the mall and get myself a lobster.
let's, let's,
I'll FaceTime you.
Oh, do it. Do it. I think I want to do that. My in-laws is in for the weekend, but the following weekend, like I want to be able to do that. Like just go out and enjoy me. Just enjoy me. That's it.
And it's like, because if you're not into you, who's gonna be into you?
Oh, nobody.
Nobody. And it's really like the height of self love is kind of like date yourself. Like after a breakup, that is my absolute advice. Date yourself. Now, that doesn't mean to date yourself exclusively.
Right, right, right.
If somebody crosses your path and you're kind of digging it and whatever, that's one thing. But date yourself. Go into the city. Like, go into Atlanta and go to like a cocktail lounge. Get yourself some, some kind of snacky kind of a thing and a fancy cocktail and
But
go home.
yeah, it's just I think those things are so important. Like I really do because like it's just like when you love you, you will begin to understand what you like, what you don't like. You will begin to understand the importance of no.
No is a full sentence with a period at the end.
That you understand these things and why it's so important for you and yourself and your mental health and your man. Listen, I think loving yourself is the most powerful thing you can do on this earth.
Yeah. And it's also one of the things. I have five nieces, and they're all women now.
Mm-hmm.
One of them lives by you, and she got this like boss job. She's
Mm-hmm.
the Georgia Film Commission as a location scout.
Oh, nice.
Ozark, the Wonder Years, like she's on it. Her parents work for Delta. Everybody's parents work for Delta.
Right, right.
And like one is a nurse case manager, and we talk about like because I'm like a social work case manager, so like we have that in common. The the other one, she's just like she's just full of life, full of laughs, and like we're nicely bonded. My other niece was kind of like raised by the village. Like she was kind of raised by the village. The dad was not present. Mom worked 6 days a week. And it was kind of like she needed to be minded just because mom was working. Like it
Right,
wasn't, yeah. And, and the youngest, she's just going to like take over the damn planet.
and that type of stuff is amazing.
That type of stuff is like, you understand the value of listening to the kind of lessons that, like, our moms didn't say these things. Like your mom is amazing. She's adorable. She loves me. And she tells me she loves me, which is but like the advice that your mom gives you, it's not a form of control. Like once you're old enough to realize that it's not a form of control, it's like a genuine heads up by somebody who's been through this, or at least seen it secondhand.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, and it's like you don't know by us learning to love ourselves. I can see how we
Sorry.
okay.
I have to tell the hubby I'm in listening.
Oh yeah, he usually listens and gives us some.
He's at the game calling me. I need him to go ahead and stop.
But no, I'm a little high on wine. You know, it doesn't take much. So, okay,
We were just basically the moral of our stories are, I feel like the moral of our stories are is that the best thing in life you can do for yourself is to find yourself, love on yourself, know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are and where you're going, then all that other shit is just stupid. Like, and just love on yourself. Say no
and
and mean it.
yeah, and
Don't explain yourself.
don't let anybody tell you who you are and what you're not.
Right,
What you are, what you're not, what you should be.
right, right. Like it's just not worth none of that, you know? And I raised my daughter to, try to love on herself as well because you know what? Let me tell you something. It's something about a confident man, but oh watch out when you got a confident woman that love herself. Oh watch out.
Yeah, yeah. And no matter what you're going through, if you think, and this was another thing, it was this young woman who was, she was a beauty queen and absolutely stunning.
You
Only
talking about the one who killed herself the other day? Yeah, that's sad. I just want to understand what happened. Like what moved you to that? Like, and people into, she was beautiful, like you said.
we
But
really have to stop saying committing suicide and start saying chose to end her life.
hmm hmm
Because it's not it's not a crime. It's not a good thing.
uh
But her life had become so painful that it had to end.
right. Those are the stories I wanting to see. Like I want to hear the in between from being crowned Miss America to I want to know the in between. Like what was so bad.
She interviewed Denzel Washington like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, about, I believe it was about Macbeth.
Mm,
That was like the last film segment she did, it's my understanding. And it's like,
yeah, it's sad. That's sad. God bless her soul. Because another thing is because I was talking about this um with my family and explaining to them that when somebody says they're gonna commit suicide, you have to listen because you can't say, and I feel like oftentimes in the black culture, it's like that. Like he just want attention. Oh, ain't nothing gonna happen. Black people don't kill themselves.
What's so bad about giving somebody attention when they want it,
Exactly.
when they need it?
Exactly.
You know, you know, so many people like, oh, they got this policy in their house. Nobody leaves hungry or sober. But nobody leaves sad. Nobody leaves thinking that they're not loved.
Right. No one leaves without feeling like they don't have nobody to talk to. Because more times than none, people that commit suicide, they feel like they couldn't tell nobody how they feel. They feel like they couldn't talk to nobody. So I'm going to just end it.
And whoever you are and whatever you do, you could tell me.
Yep.
You see this little piece sometime down the road, like in 2024 or whatever. You see
Whatever.
piece with me and Sean. He's Sean Henley Williams, and I'm Barbara McLean. And if you want to hit us up on whatever Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, you feel like you want to end your life because you don't got anybody and you need a little bit of attention to make it, to make it to another day, definitely hit us up. Because I think we love each other enough to give you some love too.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's it for us, baby. I think that's all we have to say, right?
I think that's it. Um, First of all, I want to say I'm glad to be back.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm glad to be back. Um, do you have in mind, Miss Barbara, what's the next topic?
Um, since it will be the week of Valentine's Day, let's put romance on the table.
Let's do it.
What's romance is romance, and everything else is only kinky the first time.
Hoo, 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 hoo. I like it.
I like it too. All
Yeah.
right.
So
So,
let's
so somebody might want to like suck whipped cream over them or whatever.
whatever. Valentine's week. It is the week of love and anything goes. So we will see you then. We love you. We're happy to be back.
We'll be back. Go Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm not a sports fan, y'all.
I am.
Yes, die hard, just like my husband. That's why y'all get along. Yes. We love you. Good night.
We love you.
Good night. Good night.